Welcome to Game Bird Spotlight, a production of the North American Game Bird Association. Today I come to you in a different frame of mind than most of the episodes that we have produced. Our association is rocking with the news that highly pathogenic avian influenza has landed at some of our larger farms and oldest hunt clubs. What we have been dreading has come to be. Amazingly, I still hear of some of the clubs and farms we personally supply that do not have a biosecurity plan or understand the ramifications of an outbreak at their farm. The association has been publishing articles, sending emails, and hosting live streams about this disease and its effects for over 5 years. Members of our industry no longer have the luxury of thinking, it won't happen to me or to us. Avian influenza has come to our backyard. The physical, mental, financial, and emotional toll this has taken on those affected is enormous. Owners and spouses are coping with this reduced physical and emotional energy and resources. Staff members are affected as well, with some leaving their jobs because they're overwhelmed by the birds dying. The entire industry, already with a reduced inventory this year of birds, is stretching its resources to the max to fill gaps. The ramifications of HPAI are waves working outward. So how do we cope? I have some suggestions. They're not hard-fisted things, but they are suggestions of what you might do to cope. The first of these is remember that you are not alone. You don't need to go it alone. Our association is a brotherhood, and while we're competitors, we're friendly competitors for the most part, and we are working even now to find birds for those affected by the void of birds, and will continue to do so through the coming year and into the spring. Evaluate the members you have on your team. Dig in to your faith, your family, and your friends. Number 2, view this with eternity in view. This world is not all there is, and your faith needs to be exercised in the midst of this temporary chaos. This too shall pass. Maybe like a kidney stone, but this will pass. 3, be thankful. Thankfulness for what you have will change your attitude toward what you don't have or what is not good. In everything, give thanks. Not necessarily for everything, give thanks, but even in the worst of times, there's always something to be thankful for. Next, take care of yourself. Food, water, sleep. The temptation may be to sit and brood, but getting up and moving will help reduce stress. Exercise with a quiet walk if you can. Get out in the sunshine if possible. Upbeat music and a motivational song or saying can positively change a depressed mental attitude. Next, focus on what you can do. In times when there is a lot you can't do the next thing. I remember a story of a woman with a death in the family. As she sat in a chair, overwhelmed and paralyzed with grief, a quiet neighbor woman came over and started cleaning shoes. No words were said, just the shush, 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 shushing of brushing the shoes. Eventually, in the midst of that activity, the woman was motivated to do the first steps, getting up and packing clothes and getting them ready for the funeral and moving ahead one task at a time. 6, seek help. We are often our own worst enemies. Not seeking help, while it can do some good. There are resources for farmers in each state. For example, Minnesota offers a farm advocacy program which can aid farmers in a crisis with financial mediation, legal programs, and other challenges. There are mental health support teams and services as well. To access these resources in your state, search online using the state name and the keywords farmer and stress. The extension service in your state will likely offer another resource available. If all else fails, visit Minnesota's webpage at, let me find that for you, right here. Take a screenshot, or I will try to put this resource in the comments below after it's posted. They can point you to some good resources. Recently, the Minnesota Extension Office held a webinar on this subject with a lot of good information and resources. You can view it here. And again, I will post this resource and the link in the comments below. Number 7, grieve. Allow yourself to grieve. Losing livestock with a threat to your livelihood is akin to a death in the family. Allow yourself to grieve the loss of the dream of a perfect season or income, or the idyllic idea of life on your farm. Number 8, for long-term care, join a support group. In Ohio, we have a program called Grief Share. Call 800-395-5755 or search griefshare.org to find a group near you. So what's next? The holidays and the winter season are coming up. So what do you do when it's not the most wonderful day of the year, the most wonderful time of the year? Minimize the stress of the holidays by toning down the festivities, the parties, the gifts, the celebrations. Don't be afraid to say no to any obligation that overwhelm your personal resources. You won't ask your car to run on no gas, so why run yourself on no emotional energy? Please know that the North American Game Bird Association leadership is available to you and your needs. While we don't do a great job bragging on ourselves and our work, know that we've been working on indemnity values to enable those affected to continue in business financially. We have been finding residual birds for those needing replacements for those depopulated. We have been in communication with those needing support and care. Please feel free to contact President Peg Ballou, that's me, at 419-563-6899, talk or text, or Executive Director Rob Sexton at rob@northamericangamebird.com for assistance and direction in getting help. Thank you. Please let us know how we can be of assistance.
Thank you.